Hello and welcome everybody to the Trial and Error Podcast Christmas movie special. Yes, cue the sound effects, cue the me sitting right here in front of you. I got my list. I've made it. I've checked it thrice because I'm better than Santa. I believe in these movie picks. I believe in the sliders. I sent out a summonings to those out there. A little question on Instagram of any sliders. Hey, I said, hey. Let your voice be heard on the tap. Let me know what your favorite movie is and why. Didn't get a lot of the whys, but whatever. I got some response, about 8 people total out of the millions of sliders. That's okay. We have an elite 8. And I cannot wait to get into this Christmas season, Christmas movie special. I do enjoy some holiday shenanigans. More so when I was younger. I feel like school played a big part in kind of ramping up the excitement. You got a 2-week vacation ahead of you. There's a lot of Christmas-like projects and candies and just, I don't know, it just seems so much more magical as a wee lad. However, as an older wee lad, it's still special. It's still a reason to get together. It's cool seeing lights. I put up this tree here, all the ornaments. It took some doing, but I did it. Real bad. Cheers to me. Skål to me. It is raining, and let me get in to other people's Christmas. We'll get into other people's Christmas picks, and then we'll go into mine, the top 10, and then, of course, the honorable mentions and the miscongeniality of Christmas pick movies. So here we go. We have from Alex Riff. She says HP series, duh. So assuming Harry Potter. The first one definitely has a sprinkle of Christmas in it, and the Harry Potter main theme has some Christmas whimsy to it. I really enjoy hearing it. The first 2 movies are the best. The rest are kind of, they get weird. Dumbledore's different. The vibe is different. I'm not sure. I mean, they're good movies, but the first 2 are my favorites, and the first one has more of a Christmas, like packs a Christmas punch. I love Harry and Ron celebrating Christmas together because Mr. and Mrs. Weasley go to see Ron's brother Bill in Romania. Whatever. They're not there. So Christmas between Harry and Ron, they get their sweatshirts. Harry gets the invisible cloak. Great gift. And yeah, Harry Potter, I will give you a Christmas, maybe not Christmas movie status as a full-blown Christmas movie, but definitely acceptable during Christmas time. Thank you, Kit Kat. Dance all over my balls. We have Bruna Beast, Fat Man. I think that's the one with Mel Gibson. I have not seen it, but the name's fun. Fat Man. I saw Violent Night. It's ridiculous. It has the sheriff from Stranger Things in it. He's Santa Claus. He's like this old Norse warrior who's immortal, and he's got a big old hammer. He just likes killing people. It's an obscene and ridiculous movie. I think it was made by the guys who made John Wick. But it's good, entertaining. So Fat Man, I'll put on the to-watch list. Midwestern Molly, shout out Molly Rowe. There you are. She says Mass, only the first one. No idea how that tradition began. What the is Mass? I'll have to look it up because I have no idea. She also says my cousin. Oh, so I guess only 7 people responded. She also goes on to say my cousins and I used to watch the Jackass movie every Christmas Eve before midnight. That's fun. That's fun. Not a Christmas movie, but damn it, just coming together and just having a laugh. I feel like that's what Christmas is about. If anything else, take religion, take whatever aside, objectively, any excuse to get together with friends and family and just celebrate and just be together. Why not? It's awesome. So, Jackass movie, if it brings you together, c'est la vie. So be it. Let's go. Ben Case, my guy. He says The Mummy, 1999, and it's not even close with the Santa emoji. Yellow Santa emoji and yellow beard. Glorious. The Case brothers strike again with a Mummy reference, a Mummy shout out. Thank you, Ben. I will give The Mummy Christmas movie status. It's glorious because the world is at stake. And when the world's at stake, it needs to be saved. And when the heroes save the world, you are, in part, saving Christmas, which is part of the world. It's a time, but if the world's gone, there's no Christmas. If you save the world, you're saving Christmas. The Mummy is a Christmas movie. Let's get it. Let's go. Ben Case, thank you, baby.
Here we go.
Brentley Wiseman. Deck the Halls. I have not seen Deck the Halls. And Brentley, This man is known for his hot takes, steaming hot, like hot cocoa. This guy, I'm not going to ream him for this one, though. I have not seen it. I think I saw Danny DeVito's in the lineup, in the cast. I'll adhere it. It's definitely something that's got to be on the to-watch list. I think I saw it on Prime. I'll give it a view. For you, Brentley, I'll give it a view. I appreciate you reaching out. I appreciate you just participating, as always. An elite slider he is. Do I give a shout-out to the Red Skull, who he thinks is the best villain in the MCU? Oh, Jingle is just hairless red skull balls. With little swastika tattoos on him, I'm sure. Hell Hydra. Miss Jan 19, Marissa, A Christmas Story. All due respect to A Christmas Story, it's up there, that kind of old school narration. The old guy, I think he's the voice of Mikey, Ralphie. I think it's Ralphie. You're going to shoot your eye out. The bunny outfit. There's so many classic aspects of that movie. It definitely deserves its time in the Christmas lights, the Christmas spotlight. Absolutely. Christmas Story, you're up there. You're good. And then JoJo May, Miss May, Joanne May over there at Shirley Rominger's Intermediate School. The Bells of St. Mary's. My great aunt is in it, and I love Bing Crosby. Wow. I have not seen The Bells of St. Mary's, unfortunately. I'm not as deft in my knowledge when it comes to Christmas movies. There's a swath of them. Because I was talking to Austin Calvert and good old Joe Logan, Logdanovich on the phone today, and they were tossing out Christmas movies. There's a lot of old ones. There's Miracle on 34th Street. There's A Wonderful Life, and a handful of others that I have not seen yet. Some black and whites or just some old school 60s, 70s Christmas movies. Gotta be on the docket. Eventually I'll get to them. Eventually, but maybe next year. Because I'm not feeling it. Because I got these 10 movies. They're must-watches in this Christmas season. This is my to-do list today. And you know what? I added on my top 10 because I had space to spare. So let's get in to the top 10 Christmas movies from your boy Sandwich. Oh yes. But before that, a little
potatoes. Boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew.
Drinks. Christmas drinks. Hold on a second. A little non sequitur. Christmas drinks. I'm yet to sip upon it this year, which is devastating because it's the 12th. I only have so much time because it's a once-a-year kind of drink. Peppermint schnapps and hot chocolate. My God, if I'm dying, put that in my IV. I will come back to life.
China.
Or not. At least I'll die a little drunk on something that's quite sweet. You get the diabetes. You love the diabetes. And also... eggnog. It is nauseatingly sweet, but it tastes like Christmas, baby. Just you get it pre-made, but I'll put a little bit more whiskey in there because I'm whiskey like that, and I do enjoy it. It gets you nice and warm and tingling. And so from that, let us dive into these movies. At number 10, the list I have here, a little obscure. You can intermingle them. All that really matters is number 1, the best, and we're starting at 10, starting at the top. And I will put Die Hard out there. Die Hard is a Christmas movie. I remember I just saw a video recently of Bruce Willis saying Die Hard is not a Christmas movie. F you, Bruce Willis. You're out of your mind. I'm not going to listen to you. I'm not going to listen to your take. I don't care if you're in the movie. You're wrong because there's a ton of Christmas music in it. It is a Christmas movie with a heavy emphasis on action. That's fair to say. But the last song, oh, the weather outside is frightful, and inside is so delightful. That's not the lyrics. Who gives a f***? That's just, there's so much Christmas music. You got Alan Rickman. There's a Christmas party going up in the top of Nakatomi Tower, I think the 30th floor. And, there's just such a Christmas theme to it. Bruce Willis sends down a body of someone he kills, one of the bad guys, and regardless, he desecrates the corpse and says, ho, 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 oh, now I have a machine gun, ho, ho, ho. And and then when he tapes the gun to his back in the final showdown with Hans Gruber. What is that, thumbs down? Whatever. He sees a bunch of wrapping tape and stuff, and he puts it on there, and you get the Christmas jingles, the jingle bells, the balls, whatever. You get just such a Christmas vibe from it. You can watch this any other time of the year and be like, all right, there's Christmas involved for sure, but it is a Christmas movie. It is not all action movies are Christmas. No, that saying doesn't really apply here. Die Hard is a Christmas movie. I don't give a who you are, what your opinion is. You're wrong if you don't think it's a Christmas movie.
Like that.
Having said that, I am OCD when it comes to Christmas content. I will not watch or hear Christmas if there's a Christmas episode in a show and it's July. If it's March, I'm not watching it. It's not Christmas time. I'm dying on the hill that you celebrate Christmas in Christmas time, Christmas season. That is right after Thanksgiving dinner, going into Black Friday, turn on the lights, get it all up there, and start celebrating. Do what you got to do, but you give Halloween its due, you give Thanksgiving its due, and then you get a month and some change of Christmas. For the love of God.
Just do it.
Ease up off the Christmas celebrations. You're flooding the market with Christmas, and you're taking away from how special it is. When it comes to the Christmas content, I'm like, oh, it's out of place. When there's Christmas episodes, Christmas movies, I'm not going to watch Jingle All the Way in July. Not going to happen. Die Hard, because I do see it as a Christmas movie, I don't really watch it any other time of year, but Christmas. It's great. It's savage. It's violent. It's Bruce Willis. It's amazing, and it's at number 10. Number nine, it's a 2-movie combo. It is How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the OG animated one. I think, oh my goodness, Chuck Quimby, the guy who animated the original Tom and Jerry, I believe animated this one or something to do with it. And of course, Jim Carrey's the topper. Jim Carrey's Grinch is one of the most iconic characters, not just in Christmas cinema lore, but I'd say in general, in movie history. He is so that like kind of raspy hash, the way he talks. It's just, he's body acting under layers of makeup. Whoville, directed by Ron Howard. It is such an amazing Christmas movie. Practical effects, like the whole set Whoville. It's all set up. It's all built. There's some great behind the scenes stuff. It does bother me that these movies are filmed, outside of Christmas season, but you can't help it. You got to make the movie. It takes months. As if they were, halfway through shooting, like, sorry guys, Christmas is over. You got to wait till next year to finish the movie. But the original animated How the Grinch Stole Christmas, I thought was awesome. I like just every aspect of it is perfect. The music, the you're a foul one, Mr. Grinch. It's everything about it screams Christmas and just can't help but get you in the mood. And Jim Carrey's Grinch is such a great homage to that. It takes creative liberties. It does right by the Who's. And Cindy Lou Who, she has a great song in there, but she grows up. Since that movie came out, I think in the year 2000, Cindy Lou Who grows up to be an absolute smoke show, screamo singer for the band called Pretty Reckless. Oh, Cindy Lou Who. Shout out to you, girl. Good on you. Good on you, you wild animal, you. But yes, How the Grinch Stole Christmas is number 9 with animated, and Jim Carrey's with the topper of Jim Carrey's Grinch. What do we have here? We have 8. Jingle All the Way. Jingle All the Way it's so ridiculous. Recently was watching Vikings v Falcons at Hoobie's Mug Club, the VIP lounge. Shout out to the Skull Squad, everybody that showed up. Shout out to Santa Claus showed up. Santa Claus showed up there, and Santa Claus, DJ Barnett told me, is a Vikings fan and was bringing some jerseys to pass out, some Vikings jerseys. For the love of God, the Skull Squad came up. We had Brett Favre. I got a black and white AP jersey. Fran Tarkenson jersey went to my pops. Skylar got, what do you get? I know John Cummings got a Jared. Skylar might have got Jared Allen. It was elite. You know what? No, I got it. I got the picture. I'm going to look at the picture since I have my phone to me. Oh, Skylar got a Dante Culpepper jersey. Logue Dog got Jared Allen. I got Adrian Peterson. There's a little Pepe wearing Justin Jefferson. Brett got Brett Favre. And John got Kleinsaus. Kleinsauce, whatever. I don't know the guy. I don't remember him. Whatever. But Santa came in clutch. Total non sequitur. As we're watching the game on one TV, on the next TV, John was like, hey, there's kids there. Hey, do you mind, can you put on a Christmas movie so the kids aren't getting bored? I put on Jingle All the Way. I think it was on Prime. And just seeing how wildly unhinged and outrageous this movie is. Like, Arnold Schwarzenegger, it came out 96, has Anakin Skywalker, has Sinbad, and oh my God, it's just There's action, there's bizarre sequences. It's him trying to get it's Turbo Man, it's Turbo Time the entire movie. There's so much violence, there's outrageous stuff that happens. The cop that's always after Arnold Schwarzenegger, my man is holding a bomb, blows up in his face, and he still shows up to the parade at the end of the movie. That is a long ass day. Arnold, I swear, is looking for Turbo Man on Christmas Eve for at least 20 hours, but it's still daytime, it's still daylight. He makes it to the city and back. He's unsuccessful. It turns out he's Turbo Man. And the wild end sequence with Jamie, his son, he's climbing all over the place. I don't know how he got up there. Sinbad is the villain. It's just, the movie is unhinged, but it has a warm spot in my heart, mostly because my mom loves the movie and we'd always watch it. So Jingle All the Way, had it on VHS. God bless you. Jingle All the Way at number 8. We have number 7. This one, it's a little obscure, but it is so wild, it's going to get its spot. It is the Polar Express. The kind of, one of CGI's big steps forward, I'll say. And it's Tom Hanks starring Tom Hanks, featuring Tom Hanks, and introducing Tom Hanks. Every character in the movie is Tom Hanks, like all the adults damn near. And it's just this kid that gets kidnapped. He steps out of his house and it's at night. It's Christmas Eve. It's kind of old school. There's a hot chocolate sequence. There's so much wackiness and zaniness. They do a great job at kind of instilling this frostiness. It's a cold night. It's a winter night, and it's magical. It is magic. The Polar Express is great. There's some zany aspects to it. There's elves that they do a great job at portraying the North Pole. It's this homely town, this kind of German-looking city with tall buildings and whatnot. It's awesome. It's awesome. It is unhinged many times. Tom Hanks goes crazy. There's a hobo on top of the train. Tom Hanks is a conductor. I think he might be Santa as well. It's just Tom Hanks all over the place. They're flooding the market with Tom Hanks, which I'm not mad at. I am mad at flooding the market with Christmas, but not Tom Hanks. So Polar Express, there you go. I think I'll replace, this is at number 2, but since we're in the animated realm a little bit, I will put, it's a little obscure, a little out there. I'm not sure how many people know about this movie, but Rise of the Guardians. So good. It stars Santa Claus. It has the Easter Bunny, voiced by Hugh Jackman. I forget Santa Claus's voice, but he's like this Russian badass with a ton of like just tatted up to the gills. The elves in it are hilarious. They're funnier than the Minions. Hot take? I don't know. It's cold during the wintertime. That take's not too hot. Suck it in deep, because these elves are funnier than the Minions. They have their own franchise. These elves get no love, no public spotlight. And my God, who else is there's the New Year's Baby. There's the Sandman, which doesn't really talk. There's Jack Frost is the main character at Jason. I believe he's voiced by Chris Pine. And Jack Frost comes about because he and his little brother, like, long time ago, they're on the ice. The little brother falls in. He goes in and saves him, but ends up dying. So he's just this frosty, fun, whimsical spirit. And there is this like nightmarish character. I think he's voiced by Hugh Grant. And it's just such a cool movie. It mixes all the main holiday characters, and they got to defeat this bad guy. It's all kind of focused around Christmas, but the elves are great. The movie itself is hilarious. It's deep, it's profound, well animated, and flows very well. If you haven't seen it, shout out to Rise of the Guardians. I think you'd like it. So moving on from there at number, so the 7, 6, so I'll say, Polar Express, Rise of the Guardians. From there we'll go to 5, which is Elf. It's Elf. Elf has to be on here. I can understand if you don't like Will Ferrell. I get it. You can take him or leave him, hate him, love him, maybe somewhere in between. You got to give Elf its due. It's got James Caan in it, and I forget Papa Elf's name, but him narrating it's hilarious. Will Ferrell does a great job. He's such a spaz in it. Zooey Deschanel's in it. She is blonde in this one. Not looking too bad, but it's whimsy, it's funny, it's a great comedy. It's something anybody can watch. And there's just a lot of great moments in it. It's very Christmas oriented. It's a fucking Christmas movie. Of course, it's sometimes I speak and just not really understand it just comes out. I'm just flowing, stream of consciousness, stream of talking. It really hits home Christmas spirit. It injects your veins with some love for Christmas and just build in anticipation for the big day itself. And that's why Christmas, Advent calendar, there's so much buildup and anticipation, and it comes to a frenzy on Christmas Eve, which, in my opinion, in some ways better than Christmas Day itself. It's the tease of the next day. It's building up, knowing that you're going to wake up and have a great morning. And then when you finally get it, it all comes to fruition, and nothing like a great Christmas morning. But Christmas Eve, opening a few presents there. My family's tradition, we go to my mom's side of the family, usually at Susie's house, and open up presents, have dinner, and just have a ruckus of a time. And then, oh my goodness, let's see, these audio levels. We have a ruckus of the time. And we just go home, sleep in a little bit. Probably get started around 7 or 8. We're early risers here in the Gertz clan. And it just kind of, from Christmas Eve to Christmas, it just merges into one beautiful time. So where was I going with this? I don't know. Elf. A tangent with Elf. So Elf does a great job. Watch Elf. Number 4, one of Logue Dog's picks, The Santa Claus. The Santa Claus starring Tim Allen. That one, watching it later in life, or as a kid, it definitely, they knocked the North Pole out of the park. The getting to know the deer a little bit, the build-up aspect of it. Tim Allen's kind of a turd. He is kind of a turd. He is a turd in this movie. Charlie's just this poor little kid. He doesn't get enough of daddy's attention. They end up going to the North Pole. Because Santa falls off a roof, Santa dies. Tim Allen has to be Santa Claus. Sorry, Scott Calvin, and it's cool. It's interesting, and loved it as a kid. Watching it as an adult, it's really sinister in ways. It's sinister in ways because Tim Allen's character, he's like, no, I don't believe I'm Santa Claus. This is nonsense. Like, this kid, we shared a dream, whatever. But he's gaining weight, and he's divorced, and the wife has this other psychologist boyfriend, and Charlie's telling him, yeah, dad is Santa Claus, and he's like, no, I'm not. And they're getting genuinely concerned. Is this guy, like, how sinister would this be in real life? This guy's gaining weight, making himself look like Santa Claus in order to gain his son's affection, have him over, and Charlie just keeps sinking this guy's ship the entire movie until the cops come. Like, it goes to court, and then he's not allowed to see Charlie again unless there's police supervision. It is wild. Being Santa Claus is ruining his life because Charlie believes, and then it's like Charlie gets kidnapped. He goes with his dad to go deliver presents. It's a doozy. It's a doozy. The Santa Claus. I haven't seen the second one. Don't really care about seeing the third. I guess Charlie gets older. Oh, punk Charlie doesn't believe in Christmas anymore. You, Charlie. You're cute once, but not any longer. All right, so that was number 4. Number 3, another dual movie. It is going to be the Claymations, the animation. So we have Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and then we have Santa Claus is coming to town, and then I'll chase that with Frosty the Snowman. Not claymation, but that animated movie, like, Happy Birthday! That is like the holy trinity of animated Christmas. Oh, no. Grinch is in there. So, shit. Look at me talking in circles. The Claymations, unparalleled. Frosty, for me, at least, I would always watch it with them. On VHS, of course. I would always watch it along with those two. Some people get off on the Little Drummer Boy. I do not. Never really give it the time of day. It's cool. I respect it as part of the Claymation, I don't know, the fraternity of movies. It belongs up there. It deserves its own space. It just wasn't one that I frequented. But Rudolph, man, let me tell you something. Santa's a dick in that movie.
China.
Says to Rudolph's dad, I forget which one of the reindeers is Rudolph's dad. He's like, oh, your boy, he's just giving the guy shit. Your son is different. He doesn't deserve time in the limelight. He's shunned. He's this outcast. He's a leper, essentially. Rudolph is he's like the new Ruto of the North Pole. He's just kind of shunned by everybody. He's cast out. He's just this weirdo nobody wants anything to do with. And then when everybody needs a freak with a glowing red nose, Santa's like, oh, hey, buddy, pal, come over here, take the front, serve Santa Claus after I was a dick to you for the past 45 minutes. Now you're gonna get some love. And there's always the Oh, Island of Misfit Toys. That's fun. And they meet Yukon Cornelius or something. Like, he's just this outdoorsman, and he has a pistol. They meet the Abominable Snowman, which kind of was freaky back in the day. Freaked me out a little bit. But overall, great claymation. Santa Claus is coming to town. Oh, Kris Kringle. It's just the origin story, the genesis of Santa. And you get the Meister burger. It's great. It's classic. There's songs. There's a little drama. And it's something you're just going to watch. You can make a drinking game out of it. It's hilarious. There are some funny parts in it. But it's just something you got to watch. It's part of the anticipation of Christmas, damn it. You must adhere to it. Number 2, another duo movie and it's going to be, with the other one, a topper. Santa Claus is coming to town. That's the topper for Rudolph, Frosty, and Santa Claus is coming to town. And then at number 2, we have Home Alone 1 and 2. I know others have been made, but I do not acknowledge their existence. Not to me. The first one is iconic. So many great things about it. The spider always freaked me out, though, so I would kind of stay away from that one. And honestly, my family had only one on VHS, and that was Home Alone 2. And in my opinion, that's the topper. In my opinion, I misspeak. So that's a funny way of saying objective fact. Home Alone 2 is better than Home Alone 1. It's far more violent. There's so much more funny scenes to it. Keep the change, you filthy animal. Like that's so much more iconic of a line. And get down on your knees and tell me you love me. No, that's in the second one as well. First one, snakes. It's get your keister out of here. The lines just don't hit. They don't hit as well as the second one. Second one has Tim Curry in it, young Rob Schneider. The Pigeon Lady's awesome. And just having a warehouse instead of just a regular house, the violence. Harry and Marv should have died so many more times. The bricks to Marv's head, he's dead. That's brain trauma. That's a concussion. That's a cracked skull. That's hemorrhaging. You're dead. He took like 3 or 4 bricks to the dome. And then Harry he tries to swing on a fire ladder to get into the top door on the second level. He slips off. I mean, possible injuries there. He could have survived that. But his head catches on fire and he dips it into a toilet filled with gasoline. That is an explosion that you are igniting with your head, and it lights up the entire floor. You are incinerated, sir. You are dead. He doesn't die. Marv, he takes a staple to the nuts, to the wang, or wherever it hit him. It hits, it hurts, and then he drops to his knees and takes another one in his schnoz. And he falls down quite a ways. He should have died a couple of times. He slips and slides in a bunch of paint, and then he goes and tries to wash himself off with a sink, which is supercharged with electricity. He even turns into a skeleton at one point. He should be dead. He should be dead there. There's a giant beam, like a steel pole that comes down and hits both of them in the head. My God. A bunch of tools falling on Harry as soon as he enters the building. Definitely concussion. I don't know if it would have killed him, but a duffel bag filled with heavy steel tools, if not knocking you out, like you're hurting bad. Like you're dazed, you need to take a minute, maybe you're a little nauseous. If I took a duffel bag filled with tools to the dome, I think I'll just wait it out a little bit until Kevin starves to death or something. That hurts. They also fall, they're climbing down the rope. Kevin catches on fire from the bottom. They fall 2 stories, 3 stories, like they hit the bottom and all the paint cans falls on it. Anyways, Harry and Marv, immortals. They are immortals. They're special characters. They're glorious. Kevin McAllister is an absolute psychopath. He's a maniac. And, yeah, he's a future serial killer. So, Kevin McAllister. And number one Christmas movie is none other than Christmas Vacation. It's hard to top. It's Chevy Chase at his best. There's an advent calendar that the movie builds up Christmas anticipation. There's so many goofy ass, ridiculous moments in it. Cousin Eddie's in there. It's very quotable. His rant where he just, God damn it, where's the Tylenol? Great lines, shitters full. The food, like the dinner scene, or as they say, grace, that's always grace. Ray McIntyre, the blessings. We always say that. I don't know. It's just one of those random movie quotes you drop with your boys. Chevy Chase just loses his mind. I don't know Margot, just Todd and Margot next door. Hey, Griswold, we're going to put a tree that big. Why don't you bend over and I'll show you? You got a lot of nerve talking to me like that, Griswold. I wasn't talking to you. Like, who talks to their neighbors like that? Clark Griswold is an asshole. He sucks the city dry of all the electricity so his twinkle lights can blind everybody. Todd and Margot trying to have a nice dinner. God, what else does he do? He cuts down Todd and Margot's tree, smashes into their window, and then he pulls it away just to get another Christmas tree. He's unhinged. Chevy Chase is out of his mind, and they all fear a squirrel for some reason. But Christmas Vacation, number one. All the cops crashing in at the end. He gets the Jelly Month Club. There's just so much to love about that movie, and so much to love, in fact, that it's number one on this list. Let me get to some honorable mentions here. After talking to Austin and Logan, we got Bad Santa. Gotta have Bad Santa in there. Billy Bob. The older movies, of course, the Miracle on 34th Street, the It's a Wonderful Life, Scrooge with Bill Murray. I'll give it to you. That's a pretty funny-ass movie. And whatever kind of unnamed, I'm sure there's movies that I'm not thinking of. Do I have any here? Bad Santa. Love Actually. Gotta give it to that movie. It's so cliche. So cliche with Rick just sitting there with his cue cards, like putting his he has a hots for Keira Knightley, who his best friend just married, and they kiss. It's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Get out of here, Rick. Rick Grimes. But yeah, Love Actually. It's a rom-com. Got a gal in your life, go ahead and watch it. But the miscongeniality of this episode, of this list, this top 10 list, will go to the cartoon Christmas specials on Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, wherever you got your tunes growing up. In particular, I have a list of 3. We have SpongeBob. I love the SpongeBob Christmas special where Sandy introduces SpongeBob to the concept of Christmas, and it just goes on. SpongeBob rallies the town around this holiday. It's snowing underwater. Santa doesn't come. Squidward acts the part because he feels bad. Squidward gives away everything he owns from inside his house because he's such a piece of shit. Just wants people to be happy. And then SpongeBob swears he saw the real Santa because he's talking to non-Santa dressed Squidward. And out of the water, I would love the end of this episode every single year. I enjoy it now. Santa Claus says, "Thank you, SpongeBob, for helping me out," blah, blah, blah. And Santa just starts, woo, he just loses his mind. Santa just high out of his mind on cocaine, delivering gifts underwater. Of course he's on coke. Of course he doesn't need oxygen. He has coke. He's like a regular goy. That's a goy story if I've ever heard one. Just cocaine and delivering gifts, eating everybody's cookies. The second one, Rugrats. I love the Rugrats Christmas special because it just reminded me of being with my family around Christmas or going to Lake Tahoe because Angelica freaks out. She pulls Santa's beard off at the mall. She gets a ton of toys because she's a piece of shit. And they end up renting a cabin somewhere in the woods. And Phil is trying to figure out something to give Lil. Lil's trying to figure out something to give Phil. And they both go to Angelica. Angelica, all right. Put on my memory. I did not look this up. If you don't believe me, you. Believe it. This is off the top of my head. I believe Lil wants a coloring book. Or maybe she has. She wants the coloring book, or maybe it's crayons. Damn it! After all this boasting of myself, but I know Phil wants a space Raptor, a Reptar helmet to put on his Reptar doll. So they each have one that the other wants, but they give it to Angelica. Hold on now. No, Angelica pulls a quickie. So Phil has a Reptar doll, and Lil has her coloring book. Phil wants to give Lil crayons for her coloring book, and then Lil gives Angelica. She wants to give the helmet to Phil. And Angelica has both the things that each other want, but she makes Phil surrender the Reptar doll and makes Lil surrender her notebook. So she'll get crayons, but with no coloring book. And Phil will get a Reptar helmet without a Reptar doll. It's diabolical. And then Angelica gets all sad because, I'm gonna get Cole for Christmas instead of like the Cynthia beach house, dream house, whatever it is. and eventually she makes things right. It's hijinks in the mountains. It just reminds me of family, along with Christmas and being with my family and stuff. I know they said that before, but the Rugrats Christmas special, a full half hour, not two 15-minute hitters. It is a full half hour, baby. And number one, it's gotta go the Super Miscongeniality. Even though shout out to the other two that do share this award. Hey Arnold, Hey Arnold is so fucking funny. That's one of my favorite cartoons growing up. I maintain Arnold's room is, if not the coolest cartoon pad / hangout, maybe right above Kami's Lookout in Dragon Ball Z. But yeah, Hey Arnold. So what happens? The boarders in Arnold, Grandma and Grandpa's house, they do like not a secret Santa, but they get each other's names or whatever. They give each other gifts. You pick a name, give them a gift. And Arnold pulls Mr. Win. Oh, Mr. Win. Mr. Win is from Vietnam, and he's just wondering what to get him, and he doesn't want anything. But Arnold learns that he has a daughter that he surrendered trying to escape Vietnam, and gives her to an American soldier. It's like a gnarly flashback. American soldier flies away in the helicopter. It's a huge rush, he flies off the top of a building, and then Mr. Win hears the name of a city. The soldier yells a city, and that's where Mr. Win is at. He's yet to find his daughter, so Arnold puts himself to the task to find Mr. Win's daughter, and so he's going through it. Meanwhile, Helga, who has an unhealthy obsession with Arnold, wants a pair of Nancy Spumoni winter boots, snow boots, and she gets them from her mom. Her mom, who she's rather estranged with. Oh my God, what's her mom's name? Her dad's the Big Bob, the Beeper Queen. And then her mom's just this kind of drunken, aloof, drugged out, just perked out lady who comes in clutch with the Nancy Spumoni boots. Meanwhile, Arnold meets up with this just ugly guy in this big office building who may or may not be able to help find people, but it's Christmas Eve. There's people drinking, having a party, and this guy's alone, this guy's grinding in the dark, typing away, and Arnold is like, yo, like, can we help find this person? He's like, I got so much to do. I have no room in my schedule for this. It's impossible. And then the guy's like, hold on a second. He just gets bitched out by his wife in a phone call. He's like, all right, if you take this list, here's the money. I can't believe I'm doing this, but go do my Christmas shopping right now. He gives these kids that he doesn't even know a ton of money, and they go all over the place. They get everything on the list except for the last thing, which are a pair of Nancy Spumoni boots. It's all sold out. We got a classic Jingle All the Way situation. They come across Helga, who's like, oh yeah, I got these or whatever. It's like, she lets it be known that she has some of those boots, I believe, or at least Arnold. She finds out that that's what Arnold needs, and she's, kind of a dick to him, whatever. And Arnold's like, well, hopefully he'll be able to help us out. I got almost everything. They go back, give the guy all the gifts, and he's like, no boots. No deal. I'm not helping you. Dude, they got almost everything. You fucking turd. Help him out. They just saved you hours and hours of time. He straight up sends him away. Get the out of here. Merry Christmas, you filthy animals. The White Ranger knows what I'm talking about. Hold on. There he is. It's so hard to look at the screen and point. If you're just listening to the tap, sorry, but this is a visual show at times. Boom, the White Ranger hanging there. My God, Helga, it becomes privy to all this, and she goes into the building, talks to the guy, says, yo, like, it's time to make a difference. It's time to straight up summon a miracle. Here are these boots. She surrenders the boots. And then they grind all night and end up getting us to the next scene. It's Christmas morning. Arnold, instead of getting something, gets nothing for Mr. Win. And he's like, it's all good. Mr. Win, Arnold's like, sorry, I got nothing for you. I got nothing for you. Mr. Win, he's all good. He's smoking a pipe, smoking indoors. Insane. And then there's a rattle at the door. It's opened by Grandpa, I think, and then who pops in to the room? A grown woman. It is my. That is Mr. Win's daughter, and they embrace. It is glorious. It's such a touching moment for a cartoon. Meanwhile, Helga is outside with her hands clasped and just says, Merry Christmas, Arnold. Or she thinks it, rather. And that's the end of the episode. I remember so much because I watched it all the fucking time. Did you want to listen to all this? I don't care. I was on a roll. I did not anticipate just recapping the entire episode, but I was on a roll, and I wasn't going to stop. Just chugging along, baby.
You like that?
Like Goy on a Coke bender. There's just no stopping him. The train's going to stop when it stops. Give it miles. My goodness. But yes, that is all I got for you guys today. Thank you for tuning in to another outrageous, glorious, fantastic episode of The Tap. If you haven't already, subscribe to this. I'm stuck at 69 subscribers on YouTube. Subscribe. Tell your friends about it. Spread the spread the cheer that is The Tap. And you can always check out the website. I got short stories. Soon a blog to be coming out. Not going to drop the name yet because I haven't officially decided on it. But it's going to be a nice kind of parody news outlet that is all about Winters. Except in this, Winters is called Wolfskill, which is honestly the name the town should have been out the gate. But whatever. Theodore Winters, what a crafty son of a bitch. But yeah, a lot of stuff coming for The Tap. Subscribe, engage with it. Give me affirmation, damn it. I love hearing it. Trialandaaron.com for short stories, for wherever you... It's another spot to listen to The Tap. Anyways, I'm done rambling and S in my own D and just on my knees begging. Oh, God, follow The Tap. I love you guys. Thank you for listening. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Happy Kwanzaa. Whatever you celebrate, have fun doing it and be safe and don't pass up anybody in the fog. Damn it. All right. Love you guys. Bye-bye.
You lose. Good day, sir.